Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, busy boy. You just thought you could show up to Buffalo after everything you've said, everything you've done, your support you've shown with your wagon shirts you're re-releasing. We know you're a Leafs fan at heart. We know this support you're showing for the Sabres, it's just for show. You're a man who knows clicks. You know how to get page views. You're great at your job. But to think you could waltz into Buffalo after all the things you said you want to take a shit on Chippewa? Biz, who do you think you are, and where do you think you are? Because you're in Buffalo, Biz, and Buffalo is in a playoff spot. Folks, welcome back to Gatesy's Win More, Lots More, presented by Batavia Downs Gaming Hotel, and don't you worry, our friend Biz is just okay. Before we talk about this game, I do want to, dare I say, give a hat tip to our friend Paul Bissonnette. You know, he is who he is online. He makes a living getting clicks, getting engagement. He does a phenomenal job at that. But tonight he was in between the benches. He was in Razor spot because it was a TNT game. And I was a little nervous what that would look like. But oh my God, Paul Bissonnette is meant to be in between the benches. His mix of, humor, his personality, but analysis of hockey, I think, is spot on. And just everything he did with the Sabres organization, with the bus coming in, hats off to the Sabres for getting him involved in videos, shooting pucks at him. Razor, they're making hockey fun. That's awesome. We're making, people want to watch. There's storylines there of, Biz and the Sabres now. It's fun. We can enjoy hockey. I think we can say hockey's meant to be fun. We can enjoy it. We can have some fun moments, and we're going to talk about a lot of fun moments in this game with the Sabres' 5-2 victory over the Philadelphia Flyers. They now have 14 wins in their last 16 games. I'm no math guy. I got a comms degree, but that seems pretty damn good. This team has come leaps and bounds, and we're going to talk about these great things. There's also some kind of overarching concerns. Josh Norris left with an injury today. He's going to be reevaluated tomorrow morning after getting cross-checked. But let's jump right to the good. Rasmus Dahlin not only finds the back of the net one time, he gets there twice, and not just any kind of goals, power play goals. The Sabres' power play has been horrible. Last video, the Sabres lost to Florida. Every bad thing I talked about in that video got fixed today. Power play gets on the board. Jack Quinn scores. Jack Quinn, I think, arguably had his best game as a Sabre. I mean, the third period was kind of rough for everyone in some regard, but every time him and his line was on the ice with McLeod and Zucker, they looked dominant. They were always in the O zone. They felt like they were controlling play. They had some scary moments in the third and the D zone, as it felt like a lot of the Sabres, but Jack Quinn looked good tonight. But Rasmus Dahlin, I'm getting ahead of myself. There's too many good things to talk about. We're normally, at the start of the year, polar opposite, but Dahlin on the power play, just simple. Getting the puck in the middle, shot through. Jason Zucker, though, biggest reason these goals go in. He's the net front guy, causing a screen. You look back at his goal in his second game back. It was 2-3 games ago now. He had the deflection off the Dahlin shot that went in for, I feel like, the Sabres' last power play goal before that. He is a huge part to the Sabres' power play success. He does a little thing great. He just stands in front, creates a screen, either tips it himself, causes enough chaos to get the puck through. And the big issue is the Sabres, oftentimes I feel like they're trying to do too much, but Dahlin keeps it simple. Just gets a puck through. He's so good at that. I think the Sabres can calm things down on the man advantage of, let's just try to get a puck through, whack it away in, especially when they're not firing. It's not like we're taking away these great chances. It's not there. I hope they stick to this Seth Appert and they continue to find the power play goals, because that was a huge reason the Sabres won today. There was a million power plays throughout the course of the game. We're talking about the third period and the craziness there. And the Sabres weren't able to score on their power play. There's a good chance they lose this game. There's also a good chance they lose this game without the play of Ukko-Pekka Luke. And I know you might just look at the stats. He's up 20 of 22. He's at a 900 for the night. He played very well. And it started right off the get-go where the Sabres gave up the chance of the night in the first minute or two of the game. And it's a great save when the ice is still wet from the Zamboni in the first period. And they're saying this is the big save of the game in the arena. incredible backdoor save, flashing well. Like, that's what Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen can bring to the lineup. We know he can move well. He can make big saves like this. But he mixes in, the saves he has to make. This is how the Sabres are winning. He kept them in it early and allowed them to get that Dahlin goal in the power play. And allowed them to get Matias Samuelson on the board with probably I feel like I do say this every episode now, my favorite goal of the year. This goal is what I want to watch on my deathbed. I mean, probably this team, hoisting the cup after this year, obviously. But this play specifically, this is everything I wanted in the offseason. I put out tweets in the offseason, and this is true. Like, I just watched Josh Doan back-checking highlights because I thought he was a great player. I was like, oh, this is fun. He plays the game the right way. The fact that the Sabres are getting this kind of production out of the way Josh Doan plays baffles me. He works his ass off. I'll have to find the tweet. I'll put it on the side here if I can. But anytime there's a player trying to rush the puck, Josh Doan catches him, he strips him, and the Sabres end up scoring. We saw it a game or two ago as well. He does it here. Back checks in the middle. Creates a turnover. Noah Ostlund gets the puck, zone entry, 2-on-1 with Matias Samuelson. Ostlund does a great job getting back in the zone with speed. Great pass over to Samuelson, who's automatic. Samuelson reminds me of playing like an old school video game where you have to like charge up your shot. And once you get it like maxed out, like it going in, like anytime he has the puck, you can just hang on to it. It goes in every time. I feel like teams should realize that, and if he's loading up, just do what you can to break up that moment. Like any big Mario, like super striker fans at soccer game, if he had like 3 seconds, automatic goal. That's how it is with 23. He's, again, I pinch myself every game because this doesn't feel real with Matias Samuelson, but what is real? The Sabres are winning games. Jack Quinn, I talked about it briefly before. He had one of his best games of the year. Got a goal from Ryan McLeod. And the thing with Jack Quinn, he plays great in games like this where he can kind of float around in the O-zone, find open spots. Ryan McLeod, finds him feet in circle, and then Quinn roofs it. Beautiful. The thing that gave me a little bit of hope today with Jack Quinn, because we saw in the Florida game he was just missing. That's not his game at all. That, he was able to keep the puck on his stick today. He was able to cause some, zone time for the Sabres and have a positive impact where it wasn't just, he's good away from the puck and good on the rush. It felt like tonight we're seeing a bit more in the elevation of his overall game. They need more from him to keep him in the lineup, but never, and it's going to be brave of me to say, I'm never going to complain about a goal being scored. Good for Jack Quinn on that front, and just overall, there's a lot of positives for the Sabres in terms of their players. Bowen Byram, another just phenomenal game from 4. I cannot put into words where the Sabres would be without him because he's their most important player right now. I would like someone to try to argue that with me because I am curious. But it feels like every time he's out there, he's making positive plays, and obviously there's times he's out there gets scored on. Like, it's hockey, but every time I notice him, he's doing the right things. I feel like he's skating 70,000 miles in the game. They keep him out there all the time. He is a massive part of this team. They can play on both ends of the ice. He knows how to join the rush. The TNT crew tonight also did a great job of saying how important he is, how great the Sabres defensemen are of joining the rush. They're getting a bit better at closing things down defensively, but yeah, overall, like a guy like him, a guy like Josh Doan, Jack Quinn's getting in the mix now, but Zach Benson, there's a lot of guys right now who are just playing the right way, and a little ambitious putting Jack Quinn in that group. I'm sorry, but you look at your Benson, your Doan, your Byram, your McLeods. They're playing right. Alex Tuck is getting in the mix now. You're looking up and down this lineup. Ostlund. I mean, Tyson Kozak was back in the lineup today for first time in like a month and a half now. Good to have him on the fourth line. This Sabres team is exciting. And you saw the new lines tonight as well. A little shake up there. Peyton Krebs off the first line. This is what I want to see. The scary part is, the Sabres put up 5 goals tonight. They did it on 14 shots. Can't happen. That's a good period worth a great period worth of shots. But for a course of a game, 14, they didn't get the volume of chances they needed. They got lucky. I can't use the word lucky. They got some goals early on. Vladar, unfortunately, gets hurt for the Flyers. They put Arison in, and he's kind of unable to get in the game as well to that full extent because the Sabres just weren't getting a ton of shots. They were just capitalizing on the ones they got. In the third period, too, they only had 3 shots on goal. 1 was an empty netter. They need to be better in the third period. We're seeing another game that they're winning, which is good, yes, and they're surviving, yes, but they're hanging on for dear life. It feels like every time in the third period in the past, let's say 5 to 6 games now, they're hanging on. I want to see them go for the kill. We saw it a bit toward the end of the 10-game winning streak of them putting their foot on the gas just a little bit to close games out. Boston was in there. Right now, they're kind of falling back in that, we're just going to hang on. We're going to sit back. We're going to just try to survive. They almost lost tonight because of it. We saw Zegras score a power play goal in the third period, which, Lindy Ruff can't challenge a kicking motion. I still think it's a stop. I mean, he moves his foot to redirect it. It's not a kick. Let's simplify this a bit. Like, what's a catch? But I'm not going to complain here. We can't challenge a kicking motion, but we can challenge an offside play from 2 weeks ago. Doesn't matter. Didn't change the outcome of the game. Just food for thought for a league standpoint. Nothing to do with tonight. Let's clean up this review process because eventually it's going to screw a team badly. But yeah, the Sabres just survive. It's 4-2 at this point. There's 5 penalties in the third period. Every ticky-tack thing was being called. The Sabres get a penalty. Byram gets one with like 2:15 to go. And Ryan McLeod, Alex Tuch survive that entire time of a 6-on-4. I don't know how the Sabres did it. They got a post in there they got lucky with, some saves from UPL, and then they get their exit. Alex Tuch just open net, but gives it to his friend Ryan McLeod. That's what I love to see. The vibes on the Sabres team are awesome right now. They're helping each other out. The bench is awesome. The KeyBank Center is so loud. They were engaged throughout the course of the game. Every play you could hear. Very happy for that. Sabres fans deserve this. Again, they're playing tomorrow against Montreal at home. I expect a huge crowd there. Loud and exciting. But folks, let me know your thoughts on the Sabres team right now. What you want to see tomorrow. What you thought from tonight. Hopefully Josh Norris can play and it'll be okay. And I'll see you all tomorrow night with a big Sabres game. We have a Crossing Swords podcast before, so please tune in. And let's go Sabres.